Gobe. It's been 3-4 weeks now since I've been using the device, yeah, I thought I'd give you an update and let you know some good things about it and some not so good things about it. Let's start with the good things. It does monitor your steps, both in the amount of steps and kilometers or miles, depending on your preference. It also monitors your sleep, but I'll go into that in a little bit. It does monitor your stress levels and your pulse, and supposedly it does monitor your water levels. However, I don't know if it's just myself or what, but the app and the device, they're not speaking to each other in regards to the water levels. But most importantly, it does seem to monitor your calorie intake. So we'll do a bit of a demo on that right now. We're just going to go bring up the app interface now on the phone and just to take a recording of my current calorie intake. So as you can see, the interface there recognizes that there's a Gobe in the area and is already connecting to it now. And as you can see from the device, I have 678 calories, give or take. Well, minus 679, but it says 655 intake. So I'm going to inhale this apple right now, and a banana, and then we're going to give it some time to process, and we'll compare the results. So I'm just going to chow down on this. Oh, maybe up a little bit. You know, you watch me eat an apple. So I just inhaled an apple and a banana. So we'll give that time to settle in my body and go through whatever it does, and then into the Gobe. So, but while we're waiting, I'll carry on and I'll talk about the cons now, which I found. One is that it's pretty chunky. It looks like a watch. I've even had someone ask me if it was an iWatch, and I said no, it's a Healbe Gobe. It does have the time on there, so you can use it as a watch. However, when you're sleeping, it can get a bit heavy and a bit, bothersome. So far, I've only slept with it on my wrist once or twice. Now, the reason for this is my second con. It's the battery life. The battery life of the Healbe Gobe is terrible. It's absolutely horrendous. I don't know what's going on in it. It's because I'm, am I syncing it constantly? They do say if you sync it a lot, the battery does go down quick, but I'm charging this thing once a day. They does say that it does charge pretty quickly, but to be fair, it's a ridiculously poor battery life. There are tips out there to the Gobe makers, better battery life. This thing stinks, the battery stinks, and also to charge the device is very awkward as well. Chunky, poor battery life, and the charging issue is a nightmare. Why can't you get a little micro USB built into any future versions to save with any balancing and docking stations and all that kind of gobbledygook? So those are my negatives. I have had some difficulties with it in the past 3 weeks. Most recently though, this last week, Monday, my heart was in my mouth and my wallet was in my mouth. I was thinking, oh no, I've just wasted all this money on a duff device because the LED screen died on me. I thought it was because of dodgy charging or something like that. But I ended up updating the device and then resetting the device, and everything came back. So I'm going to further down, over the next week or two, I'm going to maybe do a further tests. I'm going to be eating the same meal every day for the next 7 days. I should have a calculation of how many calories my whole daily amount will be, and then we can see what the Gobe says. So let's talk about the device itself, the Healbe Gobe. I'm going to whip it off now and let you guys take a look. The kilometers I've done today, 3.756. Press it, that's the time. The power, as you can see, 45. That was charged this morning. My pulse, it's not reading because it's not on me right now, so there you go, you can tell that works. My kilocalories, 660, that's about the same figure, so we still need to do that, and there's my steps. So that's pretty much all the options. Another issue I have is sometimes on the first thing in the morning or something like that, when I'm putting on the device, it fails to read for like the first 10 minutes of the day. It says no contact, and that's just, you know, I don't know, it just needs to be firmly placed on your wrist. The wife has one. She's, you know, she's not as forgiving as I am. Very chunky for her. She doesn't like the, you know, seems to be built for a man. You know, maybe a smaller version should be introduced going forward. So the Healbe Gobe interface is available on Android as well as iOS. I've got the Android version. So there you can see, booting it up now. It spots a Gobe in the area on your network or whatever, and it will connect now. So as it connects, then it will start to display your information. Top one, probably the most important one for everybody, is it shows you your calorie intake, steps, distance, etc. Second button there shows you your water balance. 104 ounces needed, 112 ounces a day. So it reckons I've only had 6 ounces of water. I don't know. It's got a mind. So heartbeat, there you go, 68. Pretty good, I guess. My sleep, as I said, I haven't been using the sleep monitor. And then stress. I'm a pretty low stress kind of guy, so it's pretty bang on the nose. But you can go into these further. So if I click on the no stress again, it should divulge. As I said, it's a bit, the app is a little sticky, and that was a prime example. So we can go back into there now and take another look. So as it syncs, let's go take a look at these steps again. Pop in there a little bit more information. I'll show you how much fat, how much carbs, protein, input, output, steps. There's a little graph and stuff like that, which you can take a closer look at. Also, you can scroll back a few days to see how well you fared. So it's pretty slick, but hinky, I would say, is the key word. I will not double click this water thing because that's an instant crash. The heartbeat has gone up a few points because I don't know why, a little stress maybe. Again, you can go over the past few days, back it up. And there's also a little measurement there. You can click on that and then it will take a measurement. If you go to the main setup page, it gives you a little lowdown about the device. You can create your own little pin code. Apparently there's an update available. I'll do that shortly. You can give it a name, and it shows you how much battery life is there. So now I'm going to check in with the app and see the readings. It should recognize what's been going on. So I'm booting up the app now. And something different should happen this time as you go through it. A little white pop-up should come up, and it should ask if can you confirm if you've eaten in this certain designated time period. So just click on yes. So that shows that something, it's seeing something, a change. So that's good news. If you see that after you've eaten something, then you're sorted. Anyway, as we continue on, you can check the readings. As you can see, the app is a little hinky. It keeps on dying on me here. So now I'm going to go back into the app, and it won't say that same message, but fortunately it should have acknowledged my input or my command. So going back into it again, It should boot up eventually. There we go. And as you can see, there is a change in the figure from previous. And yeah, there is a difference of around about 240, something like that, from the earlier reading. And give or take, I don't know how you reckon. You know, a little bit of a Google shows a banana and an apple. It's around about 200, 220 calories. So it's not bang on, but it's not far off. So you can see some, you know, it's reading, it's acknowledging that you've eaten something, and it's not far off what the you know, the calories of an apple and a banana. So so far it works. It does what it says, which is good. But I just want to talk a little bit more about the actual reading of the, you know, the little white pop-up that came up there. So what it says on the tin, on the labels, it says you should push in the button before any meal. Now, I'm a bit of a lazy bugger, to be honest with you, so I've not done that. I've not really followed those guidelines. I've just cracked on and just eaten whatever. But it does read it, so I think if it doesn't seem to be responding to any levels, or, you know, any of your eating or consumption, then I would be starting using the button to see if, you know, that helps with the acknowledgement of eating. So for me, I just eat, and it seems to be picking up on my level. So, but all in all, it's working. It's not immaculate. There are a lot of negatives to compensate the positives. So value for money. I'm on the fence at the moment. I did pick up before I shoot off, a little extra bonus, I did pick up a Fitbit for Father's Day. Woo! And just did a quick comparison. Fitbit says I've done 7,784 steps today, whereas the Gobe says 7,790. So it's pretty, and this guy usually is bang on the nose. So you know, or pretty accurate. So they're not far off. So you know, it's as good as a Fitbit, with a little bit of bonus. It's just a bit chunky, and the app needs a bit of work. It needs to be a bit more fluid and a bit more, well, crash a lot less. Anyway, and again, that's just the Android one. You know, we do have an iPhone in the house. I can run through that next time, see if it's a little bit better. But anyway, all in all, subscribe,